The night the lion lost his patience. There are nights when the tavern travels because a world needs healing. And then there are nights when it travels because I do. Tonight felt like the second kind. New York City, loud, relentless, electric, buzzed around me. Steam rose from the grates, taxis honked in the distance, and winter gnawed at my fur. And yet, in the middle of all of that noise, the tavern whispered to life. Its lanterns flickered into existence between two brick buildings, as if the city itself had made space for it. Alex walked beside me, steady, calm, familiar, a quiet staff member who'd been with the tavern longer than he'd ever admit out loud. A friend who saw right through me before anyone else ever did. "Lion," he said softly, "you're wound tight tonight." I didn't answer. But he wasn't wrong, and that is when our story really begins. As far as cities go, New York is chaotic in a way even magical realms can't match. But chaos doesn't faze the Wandering Tavern. It simply appears where it's needed. Tonight that happened to be Manhattan. Alex and I stood in the cold as the door materialized out of empty brick, the wood shimmering into existence with a soft hum. "There it is," Alex said, brushing snow from his shoulder. "City's been restless all day. Feels right." He wasn't surprised. He never is. Alex has always known the tavern. He's not just staff, he's part of its heartbeat. Inventory keeper, lantern lighter, drink mixer, quiet observer, and when needed, the only person who speaks to me without fear. Inside, warmth washed over us. Firelight danced. The scent of oak, spice, and something timeless curled through the air. Then the voices began. "Lion, can you help me? Lion, I need advice. Lion!" They came from every table, old travelers from other realms, new wanderers from the streets of New York, faces full of hurt, confusion, and longing. I love my role. I love being the keeper, the listener, the steady voice in the storm. But tonight, well, tonight something inside me was frayed. Alex slid a mug into my hands. His blue eyes studied me with concern. "You're pretending again." "I'm fine," I lied. He leaned in. "You can't pour from an empty tank, Lion. Not even for them." Before I could respond, another traveler called my name. And like always, I went. And like always, I left myself behind. Alex didn't say another word, but disappointment, no, worry hung in the air. And beneath the tavern's glow, I felt a crack forming. Small, dangerous. It happened just past midnight. A man in a heavy coat stumbled into the tavern. His voice was sharp, frantic, angry, the kind of anger not born from malice but born from fear. "Lion," he barked, "I need you to fix this now." He slammed himself into a chair, shaking, eyes wild. Normally, I would have breathed deep, leaned in, softened my voice. I would have met him where he was. But I was tired, tired in a way that sank into my bones. "I'll help," I said quietly. "Just give me a moment." A moment, he snapped. I've been living in hell for months, and you want a moment? You're supposed to be, what do they call you? The wise one, the patient one, the lion who always knows what to say. His tone sliced deeper than he realized. Normally, I would have absorbed that. Tonight, though, was a different story. My patience, my veneer of endless composure, finally cracked. Sit, I snapped, sharply, louder than I meant. My patience is not infinite. The entire room froze. The fire stilled. The hum of New York beyond the door faded. Even the tavern held its breath. The traveler stared at me, wide-eyed, wounded, shocked. And Alex? Alex looked at me the way someone looks when a truth they've known finally spills into the open. Lion, he whispered, but the damage was done. For the first time in ages, I had failed the very thing I swore to be, the calm in the storm, the place of safety, the patient one. I had become the storm instead. The traveler lowered his gaze. I'm sorry, he murmured. I didn't mean to push. I'm just tired. Tired. That word echoed between us, because I too, deeply, painfully, was tired. Alex moved closer, speaking not to the traveler, but to me. Lion, he said gently, you can't carry them all. You're allowed to be human. Well, lion. His attempt at humor cracked something in me. Not anger, not shame. Something softer, something real. My voice came out low, honest. I think I've forgotten how to rest. Alex nodded. I know. That's why the tavern brought us here. Not just for them, but for you. The traveler looked up, his anger gone, replaced by understanding. We're all tired, he said. Maybe we can, breathe together. For the first time all night, I let myself sit, not as the tavern's keeper, not as the voice of 1,000 worlds that was calm forever, just as me, and the tavern seemed to exhale with me. The moment I allowed myself to breathe, the room shifted. People softened. The noise mellowed. The fire cracked more gently. It was subtle, but the kind of magic that doesn't come from spells. It comes from honesty. Alex poured tea for the traveler, then for me, then for anyone nearby. He didn't say a word, but his presence eased something in me. I finally faced the traveler I had snapped at. I'm sorry, I said quietly. You didn't deserve that. You're hurting, and I was tired. He nodded. Maybe that's what makes us the same. We talked, slowly, quietly, gently, not as patient sage and desperate traveler, but as two exhausted souls sharing the same table. Others joined. A soft circle formed. New Yorkers, wanderers from realms beyond, people with burdens they've kept hidden, and the tavern, this impossible place between worlds, held us all. Alex leaned against the bar, arms crossed, watching with a proud, relieved smile. Later, when the crowd thinned and the lanterns dimmed, he approached me. Lion, he said, You don't lose your wisdom when you lose your patience. You just become honest. I exhaled. It scares me, needing help. He placed a hand on my shoulder. Good. That means you're not doing this alone. We stepped outside into the Manhattan night. Cold wind whipped around us, snow drifting down in soft spirals. But for the first time, I didn't feel overwhelmed. I felt human. I felt alive, still learning, and that, I realized, wasn't a failure. It was just a beginning. My friend, if you take anything from this story, let it be this. You are allowed to be tired. You are allowed to falter. You are allowed to need help. Being patient doesn't mean being perfect. Being strong doesn't mean being silent. And being wise doesn't mean you never break. What matters, what always matters, is what you do after the breaking. Do you hide it? Or do you breathe again like we did tonight? As for me, I learned something under the snow-lit Manhattan sky. A patient heart isn't one that never cracks. It's one that grows stronger because it does. And if you're carrying too much, if you're tired in ways you can't explain, the tavern's door is always open for you, even here, even now. Welcome home, my friend. Hi all, Editing Lion back again. I make these videos, and I'm not exactly sure people make it all the way to the end of them. But if they do, they get these surprise little insights and nuggets from me. So, what was this video about? It was about being pushed to the edge of your own anger or, whatever's going on inside, your emotions when they're wrapped up so tightly. You're pushed to that edge. Now, take a step back. Breathe. Breathing is important, kids. Please breathe. And then take a step forward. Move on with clarity. Build that life that you wanted to build. Become the person that you've always dreamt that you were. Walk out of your own shadow. So, if others depend upon you too much, or if you need moments away from them, take those moments. Take that time. You are important. As a person that bottles things up, I personally know that there are times that this would be a monumental task of gigantic proportions. However, one step after another, all right? You've got this. I believe in you. And until the next time we meet, tavern doors are always open. I will greet you with a beverage and a smile, and I'll listen to your stories because I can't get enough of them.